Morgan had 3 hits last night. He had a 4 with a walk, and he'll show bunt. And takes ball 1. 77 degrees here at PNC Park at game time. Sun trying to peek out through the clouds. 2 balls and no strikes to Nyjer Morgan.
A real rainy morning, but I think that's all gone now. Be a beautiful afternoon for baseball.
Well, Morgan has become quite a hit in Washington as he was here in Pittsburgh. Just the way that his personality is, he just develops a following, and he has made several highlight reel catches in center field too. That certainly hasn't hurt his cause. 3-0 or 2-1 rather. He swings and grounds out to second base. Nationals manager Jim Riggleman lines up his team this way against the Pirates. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Morgan, just saw him ground out. Christian Guzman is the shortstop batting second. Ryan Zimmerman, last 9 games, hitting .400 with a pair of doubles and 5 long balls. Willingham, Dukes, Belliard, Gonzalez. Will Nieves behind the plate today. Colin Ballister doing the pitching, batting 9th. Austin Kearns was in the lineup, but just a short while ago, Jim Riggleman made a change. Kearns, a right thumb contusion. Thought was he may have aggravated an older injury during batting practice. So Kearns sits and Gonzalez into the game at second. Willingham moved from first base out to left field, and Belliard from second to first.
The web of your hand takes a pretty good beating sometimes. You're a right-hander. You're swinging right-handed. And you get jammed. Must have got jammed pretty good in batting practice.
Must have been.
Take a look at Paul's numbers. Much better ERA at home. He's loved pitching here in his home yard. ERA 3.39 PNC.
Guzman down the line. That'll drop in fair. And Brandon Moss gets it back in quickly. 1-out single for Christian Guzman. Behind Paul Maholm defensively for the Pirates today. Lastings, Millage in left field, Andrew McCutchen in center, and there was Moss in right. LaRoche, Cedeno, Young, and Jones. Ryan Doumit back in there doing the catching.
A lot of Doumit jerseys around.
Well, Doumit's got to be in the lineup. It's Ryan Doumit jersey day.
Yep.
Usually if a player has a jersey day or a bobblehead day or something like that, they typically have a good game that day.
Oh, we gotta love that. Look at that. That's a Pirate.
He came dressed for success today. Look at that. The Doumit jerseys. 0-1 pitch. Zimmerman takes a strike. Well, I understand it was Victor Martinez bobblehead night in Cleveland last night. However, Victor Martinez is now with Boston.
Well, did he have a good night in Boston? That's happens every now and then around the trading deadline time. See something like that.
0-2, fisted down the right field line. That will curl foul. Well, it takes months for the marketing staffs to put those things together.
Well, those dolls were probably made, back in January.
Yeah. Well, they're collector's items now. Paul Maholm will have his. He was the winner of the Fans' Choice, and his bobblehead night will be in September.
Oh.
2 gloves and no catch, huh?
That's all right. We're going to get it anyway. Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Second chance. Caught that one.
Well, I think the kid was screened.
Yep. He was interfered with. That was
fan interference.
Fan interference, no doubt.
To Cedeno. He'll take it himself at second. That's a double play. Good work by Ronnie Cedeno. And through a half inning, it's Washington 0. Pirates coming to bat. Starting lineup against the Nationals brought to you by PNC. McCutchen, the man of the night last night, leading off Millage, then Garrett Jones, Ryan Doman in the cleanup spot, Delwyn Young back at second base, and since the All-Star break has been hitting .311, a couple of doubles and a home run. Andy LaRoche at third, Brandon Moss in right, Ronnie Cedeno batting 8th, Paul Maholm batting 9th, and doing the pitching. And McCutchen waiting to step in. How about Bob's Tips to Win, presented by Rivers Casino, opening August 9th.
We'll take a look at our tips right now, and the first one I like is in McCutchen. He was so incredible last night. Can he do the progressive thing again? Get that progressive jackpot. What was it last night? This solo shot?
This one's down the line and foul. The solo shot.
2-run home run, 3-run home run. I'll take a single, double, triple for the progressive jackpot in tonight's game. I don't want to be too greedy, so that's what I'm going for. And then the second thing, we got a couple of new guys out in the middle. Paul Maholm on the mound. He's always throwing ground balls. Can we get the pair? Can we get the double plays? Well, already one double play. We're only in the bottom of the first. So good job up the middle. Good job, Paul.
0-2 on Andrew McCutchen.
That's going to be something that we look at a lot with Delwyn out at second base.
And McCutchen strikes out 2-3 the putout. Yeah, ground ball was the thing that Paul Maholm needed to order up, and he got one here.
And this is going to be a 6 unassisted double play where Cedeno just takes it himself and throws across the first. One thing I think that we're really going to watch a lot as this season progresses is Delwyn Young making the turn at second base. He's going to work an awful lot with Perry Hill on his footwork out there. And that's going to be something important as far as judging whether he is going to be the everyday second baseman next year.
Lastings Millage. He's driven in runs in each of his 2 games since beginning his Buccos tenure. Millage, the left fielder, behind 0-1, and hits this one to the left side, backhanded by Guzman. He'll throw him out, 2 away. 6-3 goes the put out.
Take a look at Balser's number. We haven't seen him yet. We don't really know what to expect. This is his 3rd start this year. Got called up just a couple weeks ago. Don't really know what we're going to see. Looks like he might be able to hit a little bit. I was looking at his numbers, hitting .333, just a couple of at bats. But obviously he's going to put the ball in play.
Garrett Jones' shift is on from Washington. Same kind of shift that the Arizona Diamondbacks used to an extent, where you have 3 infielders across on the right and only 1 on the left. He could bunt one down to third and get a double maybe. So much room there. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jones. And last week, this shift did not work very well against Jones for Arizona. Jones still got hits. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, the one time I recall, it was a kind of an important. I don't remember what the situation was, but they had the shifts on, and he hit ground ball right through the shortstop position.
Would have been a routine out. 2-1. The count even 2-2 to Garrett.
Yeah, they didn't have the third baseman over there. The third baseman was over toward third, so they had to be somebody on base at the time. Must have drove in a run.
Well, Ryan Zimmerman, the third baseman, is the one playing shortstop at this point. Guzman is over on the second base side. Nationals defensively, Willingham, Morgan, and Dukes in the outfield. Zimmerman, Guzman, Gonzalez, Belliard, and Will Nieves doing the catching. 2-2 to Jones. He waited for it, fouled it off.
Yeah, both his hits in yesterday's game, they weren't ground balls to the infield, but they both went the other direction. He had a line drive toward left center, and then a kind of a slicing liner down in the corner that ended up going for a double. Todd, I'm kind of surprised, to be honest with you, that the teams are already starting to put this shift on. We saw Frisco do it, I think, just one at bat, and then they went back to playing him just as a pull hitter, putting the shortstop right over the mound, but not way over on the second base side, taking away the ground ball up the middle.
2-2. He struck him out.
It's curveball down and in.
So the Bucks down in order in the first. To AAA Indianapolis, Steven Jackson, right-handed reliever, has been recalled to take his spot on the roster. Kevin Hart, just acquired in the trade with the Chicago Cubs, will enter the rotation and will start for the Bucks as soon as Wednesday. Josh Willingham will start things off in the top of the second inning. Willingham hitting an even .300. Take a ball. Willingham's been a pretty good utility player. He'll play right field, left field, first base. He'll hit the ball and hit it well on Monday in Milwaukee, becoming the 13th player in big league history to hit 2 grand slams in a game. Andrew McCutchen would have taken just 1 last night. And had McCutchen had a grand slam in last night's game, Bob, he would have pulled off the most rare feat in baseball history, something that has never been done. It's come close a few times, but never been done. The home run cycle. A single, a solo home run, 2-run shot, 3-run shot, and a grand slam. He got all but the grand slam.
Well, not only do you have to do your part, but that's why it's so tough, is the situations have to present itself.
And people say, okay, what's the hardest thing to do in baseball? Perfect game, back-to-back no-hitters. That's been done. Back-to-back no-hitter, been done once. Johnny Vandermeer did it.
Man, nobody will break that record.
No. But that makes the home run cycle the most rare because it's never been done. It was done once at the AA level. Only one time in professional baseball. In a minor league game it was done. And it has been done at the college level, but never at the major league level. Willingham to right field. This will be foul.
The progressive jackpot.
I like it. When you have gradual power, the progressive jackpot fits in well.
That's right. As long as he can get him to pitch to you. Well, that pitcher's being aggressive to the glove, you got a chance.
That's right. 3-2 pitch. Just missed high. Ball 4. And Willingham is aboard. Let's open up today's Geico quote book. Well, there's 2 of them. Evan Meek on Andrew McCutchen. He's ridiculous, and he's just going to get better. And Andrew McCutchen said, it's a day I know I won't forget. I don't really look at myself as a power hitter. I look at myself as someone who drives the ball to the gaps, hits line drives. It's today's Geico quote.
Excellent quote by McCutchen, as long as he makes sure he buys into that. You don't want to see him start trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
To right field. And a base hit for Elijah Dukes.
But McCutchen, he is not going to be a big home run hitter. He's going to hit home runs because he has a good gap power. He's going to drive the ball. I'm going to say this is just a total off the head guess, and it really is meaningless, but probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 most seasons. But if he starts trying to hit home runs, I think he can get into some long slumps, and that's going to take away from some of the stuff that he does real well, which is, hit the ball in the right center field gap and turn those into doubles and triples.
Hit line drives, and the rest will take care of itself. The balls that he hit last night were all line drives.
Still get his long balls.
1 ball and no strikes to Ronnie Belliard. Nobody out, 2 on. And Mahalem's pitch is in there for a called strike, 1-1. It was interesting too. John Russell said after the game that while he was pleased with the home runs, he was most pleased with the bunt for the base hit that McCutchen put up there. It was a good fundamental play, and it created an additional run. 2-1 to Belliard. I think there were a lot of people who were at the ballpark last night who were sticking their chests out today saying, hey, I was there. I saw that historic performance. Belliard to short. Cedeno with a backhand goes to second for 1. Young taken out. Just too long on the pivot, and Elijah Dukes breaks up the double play.
See, I don't really believe that this is a double play ball when it's hit. You get the shortstop going into the hole to his backhand. You're probably not going to turn 2 here. I think as Young becomes more experienced, he'll play that like a first baseman. He'll catch it, he'll stride forward, and if anything, he's going to be looking at third base to maybe getting the runner rounding the bag. See how the Willingham came off the bag right there? If he's firing the ball to first base, Willingham rounds the bag a step. LaRoche, boom, boom, catches it and tags him. That's a great shot right there. Exactly what we're talking about. But as he gets more experience, he'll know I can't get a double play at first. I'm going to come off like a first baseman, get this ball, and take a look toward third. Maybe I can get that guy just taking an extra step around the bag, and we'll get the double play in that direction. But it'll all come. The more he's out there. But we've seen him turned upside down a few times, and he hadn't been out there that long yet.
Unfortunately, it's the pivot that's been getting him. Just takes too much time there. You see how much time it took him to get that ball even out of his glove into his bare hand.
Well, there he shouldn't even been trying to make the pivot there. That just come off the bag like a first baseman, right toward your shortstop, getting the throw, get the force out, and look toward third.
0-2 to Alberto Gonzalez. And this one down to the shortstop, Cedeno. He'll go to first. Take the out there, but coming across Willingham, and the Nationals with a 1-0 lead. So Gonzalez drives in the run.
Well, Cedeno is just going to get the sure out here. And there's a couple of different ways he could go with that, but they're all maybes. The sure out's over at first base. It's early in the game. Don't do anything out of the ordinary. Just make sure you get an out. And that really is kind of another reason why Young shouldn't have been thinking about even trying to turn that double play on that first ball. Because even if he gets off a throw, he's all off balance. He's getting turned upside down. He might be throwing it in the stands.
Yeah, that's one thing you want to avoid. If you're not going to make a play, you don't want to give the base runner another station. You don't want him to be able to advance 90 feet or 180 feet if the ball hits a railing and bounces somewhere funny. But Young is out here every afternoon with infield coach Perry Hill, taking ground balls. He was working hard on the pivot yesterday afternoon, and they'll continue to work with him. 1-1 pitch, and the others takes it for ball 2.
I have seen many times over the years veteran second basemen on that same exact play. They'll get the ball and they'll throw right to third. They'll throw the ball to third before the runner has even got there, knowing that he's going to round the bag just by a step or two, and that ball is going to arrive there to the third baseman's glove just as the runner steps off the bag. And it's going to be a quick tag, and you're going to get a double play. It doesn't always work, but it's a safe play. You're not going to throw it away, and you never know. You might get 2 outs out of a situation where you're supposed to get 1. I mean, that was I don't know if we can see that replay again maybe later on or something, but you could see how the runner, it's just natural for him to round the bag and look to see what's happening behind him to see if he's got a chance to score. And if the throw is there, if you don't have a third base coach that's just screaming at him to stay on the bag, you got a double play.
Nieves strikes out, but a run comes in, and the Nationals lead it 1-0.
It wasn't a double play, but watch Delwin Young. He's coming to the bag. Now, right here, he should be coming off the bag in this direction, not thinking about first base because he wants to get out of the way of the runner and make a throw to third. I'm going to take another look, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Watch where the runner is when Young catches this ball. Right there. Now, if Young, instead of looking toward first, is looking at LaRoche and is coming off the bag toward a shortstop, throws it to third. Now, LaRoche is catching it just as Willingham is stepping off the base. He's out.
Ryan Doumit takes outside ball 1. Again, that's just part of the maturation process of Delwin Young as a second baseman. Those are things he's going to end up having to learn and execute in the game. Nothing into to Doumit.
Yeah, that whole play is built on the fact that as you're going toward the bag and you see your shortstop going into the hole to his backhand, you got to know the runners and all that stuff, and you're thinking, you know, we're not going to get a double play on this ball. So what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to catch it. I'm going to come off the bag, get out of the way of the runner so he can't touch me. And then I'm going to throw it over to Andy and see if we can get the runner there, you know, being a little too aggressive and stepping off the base.
Doumit had a multi-home run game on the 22nd of July against the Milwaukee Brewers. Pops this one up. Second baseman Gonzalez one-hands it. And there's one away for the Pirates in the second. And here is DY, Delwin Young. One thing about Delwin's game that is unmistakable, he can hit. Hitting .311 Hits from both sides of the plate. Pirates got him from the Dodgers in a steal of a deal. Really was not much of an investment at all. Delwin Young was coming off the disabled list and was assigned to AAA Albuquerque because the Dodgers just didn't have enough room for him in the outfield. They had converted him to be an outfielder. Didn't have the room for him, so they were going to designate him to Albuquerque. Pirates liked his bat, picked him up, and he's been in the big leagues ever since. Ryan Zimmerman. Well, Delwin Young called out, but I'm not sure if Belliard was on the bag.
No, it's going to be a little bit of a question mark. It's close. It's hard to tell. And we'll take a look at it again and see if his toe was on the bag or not. He looked like he had the bag from that angle. This might show us better. And that angle looks like he's off the bag.
He was off. So Tim Timmons, the umpire in question at first base. He was behind him, behind the bag, facing Belliard, so he probably had the worst angle of anybody to see that.
You can't see that.
LaRoche pops it up. And waiting for it, Alberto Gonzalez. And that's a quick inning for Colin Ballister. 1-0 Nats.
Bay coffees, creamy lattes, rich mochas, and frothy cappuccinos. Only at McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Day Automotive, we're going to make your day.
Colin Ballister leads off, the pitcher for the Washington Nationals. He's 1 for 3 this year for an average of .333. And Mulholland deals ball 2. Ballister grew up in a surfing family in Huntington Beach, California. He actually credits surfing for improving his arm strength and helping his pitching. And Mulholland behind 3-0 to the opposing pitcher to start the third.
All that paddling.
That's what it is. Paddling out there against the current into the waves. And he walked him on 4 pitches. This day in Pirates history. How about this one? August 2nd, 1992. The Rock, John Wehner, begins his Pirates record streak of 99 consecutive errorless games at third base. And also on this day in baseball history, sadly, 30 years ago, Thurman Munson, Yankee catcher, perished in a plane crash. Number 15, still one of the more highly thought of Yankees of all time. Hard to believe that was 30 years ago.
Time is flying by.
Well, 99 consecutive games for John Wehner. That's a major league record that he shares with Jeff Cirillo, I believe it is. Pick on Rock today since he's not here, but working off the old AstroTurf.
Oh, that was a tough play.
Hot shot right at him, and now puts it down and makes the tag. A textbook tag.
You know, the thing I liked about that last play the best is he had the ball rolling out to the mound before he took one step after putting the tag down. I like that. Quick hands.
They were serving food in the dugout. He had to hurry up and get in there.
Oh, that got him bad there.
2-0 to Nyjer Morgan. Now it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Morgan grounded out to Delwyn Young to start the ball game.
And Rock, the thing about him, he was a good defender no matter where you put him.
This one to short. Cedeno, he'll take it himself, throws to first, double play.
I'm a big believer shortstop should take everything he can out there because he's coming across the bag. He's going to get the most on the throw. He can see the runner coming at him. He knows what's going on about as far as is he going to get dumped or not. Of course, in this situation, it was the pitcher. Pitcher's just going to peel out of the way.
At one point this season, Nyjer Morgan was the toughest man in the National League to double off. This one down to short. Backhanded by Cedeno. Long throw. Yes! Tremendous glove work by Ronnie Cedeno. Outstanding work by the new Pirates acquisition as Cedeno shows good arm strength, retiring Christian Guzman. Dog night again. Compliments of Sugardale and Saloni's Italian Bread, and all fans in attendance will receive a Pirates cooler bag. Compliments of Honeysuckle White Turkey. To get your tickets now, call 800-5 or visit pirates.com. Brandon Moss has his cooler bag, and he's put it aside for the moment as he's picked up his bat. He's behind 0-1 to Colin Ballister. Washington right-hander deals. And this one fouled away, 0-2.
Brandon was eating something out of his cooler bag. Yeah. And luckily, I think I might have to have a beverage in mind. I think they're more built for beverages.
Only one? Got room for more, you know.
About 6 of them, I think.
Have different kinds. This one up the middle, that's a base hit. Brandon Moss, a leadoff single. Ronnie Cedeno hoping to do something with the bat. He's already done enough with the glove in the early part of the game. This one ended the inning. Great backhanded stab in the hole. Strong throw. And he gets Christian Guzman.
Yeah, he was really got a lot on that throw. Was able to stay on his feet, kind of plant a little bit that back leg that gets some kind of a push off. He was able to get some velocity going across the diamond. Nice play.
Cedeno had a couple of hits last night. Moss was taking off.
Hit and run. Didn't work. Didn't get a strike. That's the gamble, the hit and run. You're guessing strike, that the pitcher is going to go after the hitter because he's got a swing, and the pitch was up and in, but Cedeno able to foul it off.
One pitch is high, and Nieves looks down at Moss, who gets back.
Now you're back to where you can start thinking about that hit and run again. You think 1-1. That's why 2-1 is a favorite count, really, for hit and runs, because most pitchers do not want to go to 3 balls.
1-1 pitch is hammered to left field. This ball is way back. It is gone. Ronnie Cedeno with a 2-run home run, and the Pirates in front 2-1.
That ball went back underneath the rotunda. He hit it very well. That one certainly didn't just scrape the back of the fence. That was a poke.
What a shot by Cedeno. Well, 1-800-SAFE-AUTO reminds you you're safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure.
It was the star of the top and the bottom of the inning. He owns the third.
He is the third. How about that? Ronnie Cedeno. Paul Maholm takes a strike, 1-1. I think Maholm would like to get a hit. He's watched his batting average steadily decline. He's down to 0.75.
He's a much better hitter than that. Not like I wouldn't put him in a category of good hitting pitchers, but he should always be around the 150 mark. He can do that for sure. Hit a home run this year, Shea Stadium.
Yeah, he did. Deepest part of Shea Stadium as well, in deep right field. But Cedeno got a good pitch and turned on it. A belt high.
Belt high inside part. He just spun on it. That's spin to win right there.
Up under the rotunda.
Got us back into the lead. That's going to be nice. You know what I want to see? I want to see the outfield hop, the center field hop. I want to see that a lot this year.
Seemed the last couple of nights where players.
For a while,
center
it was just the infielder or the outfielder. Now the infielders are going out there. It's get everybody involved in the center field hop.
McCutchen takes outside, 2-1. Apparently he can see the ball well enough.
Hey, he got a little dust in his eye running around the bases.
And McCutchen hits one to left field. Going back on it, Willingham. And he will make the grab for the out. So 2 down for the Bucks in the bottom of the third inning.
They got a hanging breaking ball. Finish nice. He finished with a home run hitter's finish. Look at the bat. That looked like Will Clark. Right-handed version of Will doing the cape. But it didn't go anywhere. Just keep driving the ball on the line. One more high flies.
Breaking ball for a strike to Lastings Millage. Millage grounded out to the shortstop Christian Guzman his first time up. And he lines one into center field, a base hit. Lastings Millage, it gets away from Niger Morgan, but Millage unable to move up. Solidly struck single with 2 outs by Milledge.
Milledge is also going to have that kind of power that we see from McCutchen, where he is not really a home run type hitter, but is going to hit a bunch of them. His bread and butter is going to be the line drive, just like that. Just fire those liners out toward the gaps and get extra base hits and take the home runs when they come.
Lastings Milledge from Palmetto, Florida, which is right next door to Bradenton. Talked to him in the clubhouse about that the other day, and how excited he is for spring training to be home.
Oh, he'll be 15 minutes from the ballpark. He's right across the river.
I don't know who's more excited, he or his family. They get to watch him up close and personal on a daily basis if they want. But he was very excited about the structure the Pirates laid in front of him, where he hadn't had that with the Mets or the National. Throw to first. You know, one of the things he had to do is he had to be just like the new young players, where they have a policy at Pirate City. You have to wear the high socks. Everybody has to dress the same, wear their pants the same. You have to ride the bus to the games. You can't drive yourself. Millings takes off, and the throw down is in time to get him. So Will Nieves guns down Lastings Milledge, but the Bucks get 2 across on the home run by Ronnie Cedeno. Ronnie Cedeno dialing long distance. 2-run home run, and it's a 2-1 Pirates lead as we start the top of the 4th inning. Cedeno with some great glove work in the 3rd, and then his first home run as a Bucco. The Young Bucks have won the first 2 games of this series.
Most days
today.
I don't understand about the glasses on the hat type thing, but today I can't understand it because the sun keeps coming out, going in, coming out, going in. And the thing about it too is that we both looked up. There was a plane that we were looking at earlier flying over, and when the sun is shining, it's difficult sky.
It is.
It's kind of hazy looking, real bright, hard to look into it. I know why they've got the glasses with them out there, and right now there's no reason to have them on. The dark cloud overhead.
See, those are if it gets to the point where it's really sunny out there, they'll take those off and put those on. It's not like they're the flip-ups or anything that some guys wear, but
and plus it looks cool to have them on your hat.
Yeah, I suppose. Doesn't hurt to wear them either. Two and one to Zimmerman. Base hit. This guy can rake.
He can hit. He's a player. A great defender.
Time for today's Aflac trivia question as we're here in the 4th inning.
Aflac!
Today's question: in Pirates history, who has hit the most home runs in one day? Most home runs in one day.
1 day.
Chances are there were 2 games involved. Could have been 1 day.
Well, I'm sure that that's the case, or it would have been worded differently. So that's a good point.
Might have been part of a doubleheader, maybe not. Well, the answer coming.
Well, it could have been somebody, hit a home run, one of those walk-off things in the 13th inning. You know what I mean?
After midnight.
Yeah, 12:30, and then the next day hit 3, 4, who knows? So that opens up different possibilities, the wording. You always have to look at that. They're tricky. The duck can be tricky.
Check out the fine print. He had 3 yesterday. So it's a 1-1 count now to Willingham. Zimmerman the runner at first. A throw to first. And Zimmerman is safe. Zimmerman 1 for 2.
Maybe somebody hit a home run in a day game, got called up, and hit 3 that night.
You're still looking for scenarios.
Yeah, well, it doesn't specify, does it? Okay, I guess the Gypsies want me to take a guess at their question.
Yes, they do.
All right, I'll go with, well, you got to go with Willie Stargell.
Don't know if that's correct.
Oh, well, I'm going to go obvious. I'm going to go Stargell Kiner. That's obvious, but that's where I'm going to go.
Well, in certain cases, I would say don't overlook the obvious. In other cases, I would say look elsewhere.
Well, since I don't know, then I got to go with the obvious. But you're probably right. It's probably at least one other player.
Oh,
I don't know.
Play at first, nearly got him. Good move by Paul Maholm as he stepped off the back of the rubber.
Wow, that was close. See, that's the only way a left-hander can really be quick over there. Everything else has to be deceptive.
3-1 down to third. LaRoche bobbles. We'll get one there, and that's it. Lead runner is erased. Well, we look at today's Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. Andy LaRoche, one of the topics there. Highest fielding percentage at third base in the National League. Kuzminoff, Blum, Stewart, and there is LaRoche, fourth among all National League third basemen. Barrel.com, definitely worth the click.
He's been excellent this year. Although that time the ball will probably cost a double play. That ball was hit sharply enough. I think that was going to be 2 for sure if he could have caught it cleanly.
It was a rocket hit right at him by Willingham.
The double plays are always so important. With
Dukes breaks his bat, and that ball's foul. A rare error by a fan in Pittsburgh. You don't see those errors very much.
Well, he kept it in front of him, still got one.
Yeah, that's right.
Off the end of the bat. See, I think the broken bat fooled him. He thought it was hit harder than it was.
Fundamentally, 2 hands are better than 1 in that case.
Oh, look where the bat went. Look out, Don Long.
Now, Don Long last year.
At least now he's turning his back. Yeah, he had a bunch of stitches.
I believe that was in Los Angeles last year. He got, or Chicago.
No, it was L.A.
L.A.
It was L.A.
L.A. last year. He got hit in the face with the sharp end, had some stitches. No surprise he was one of the first to get out of the way since he's been through that experience before.
Yeah, he didn't want if it's going to stick him, he wants to be stuck in the shoulder or something.
Garrett Jones giving it a look.
I think he's got it.
And Jones stays with it.
I had it all the way.
Just a routine play for Garrett Jones.
Yeah, most of the time on this play, you'll get help from your second baseman, but Delwyn Young playing a long ways over towards second base. He's in double play position, so he's got a long ways to run. So the first baseman has to make that play all on his own. Don took that ball, yep, right there next to your eye. That's where that one hit him last year. The bat cut him.
This is where it was last year.
And he never saw it coming. That was the bad thing. I think he was watching the baseball, and it just opened him up. The picture you saw there at the end, that was the after, the stitches picture.
The before and the after.
Yeah.
And the present now. 0-1 to Ronnie Belliard. 2 men are out. Willingham, the runner at first. Elijah Dukes breaks the bat.
And see, Donnie, not only did he turn his back, he went down. He got down as low as he could. Wasn't going to happen again to him.
He was going to stop, drop, and roll. There's a cut and a miss.
Good curveball from Paul. That's one of his best hooks of the day. This one really bites hard for him. Belliard right over the top of it. That one rolled off the table.
Mahalam ready. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Runner goes, and they got him caught. Delwyn Young applies the tag, and Willingham caught stealing. Go to the bottom of the fourth. 2-1 Bucks.
Brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. And by Aflac. We've got you under our wing.
Welcome back inside PNC Park with Bob Walk, Tim Neverett. Pirates 2, Nationals 1. Garrett Jones leading off against Colin Ballister. He will take ball one low. Jones is 0 for 1, strikeout victim in the first inning. Ballister has struck out 3. The big swing that's been the difference in the ball game so far came from Ronnie Cedeno, a 2-run home run last inning. 2-0 to Garrett Jones. Those are the hands. Might be a hint to the Aflac answer, Bob.
I know who. I know. I don't know. Okay, I got one of them for sure then. I got one for sure.
We'll let everybody in on that in a little bit. 3-0 to Jones. And he walks on 4 pitches. Jones is aboard. We asked the question in Pirates history, who has hit the most home runs in one day? The hands of Ralph Kiner right there. He's won. That was September 11th, 1947. Jason Thompson. June 26th, 1984. Ryan Doma takes a strike. No balls and one strike to Ryan Doumit, who popped out to Gonzalez at second base in the second inning. And he'll take low. 1-1. I talked to Ryan in the clubhouse the other day about the trades. He said, what are you going to do? He said, just got to go out there and keep swinging. Keep doing your job. And he hits one down to second. Gonzalez to Guzman for one. Back to first. Double play.
Well, Guzman really took his time on that turn. He knew. Here's a veteran guy that's been out there for a long time playing shortstop. And he knows how much time he's got. And look, he jumps way out. I mean, he had to go 6 feet out toward right field. Made sure that Jones couldn't get him. Took plenty of time. Knew he had the time to take.
So 2 down for Delwyn Young. He fouls this one away. Big homestand for the Pirates. 4 here with the Nationals. Then the Arizona Diamondbacks coming in right behind them. Diamondbacks and the Bucks will play 3 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the St. Louis Cardinals on Friday, Saturday, Sunday before getting a day off and then hitting the road to go to Colorado and Chicago. To center field, Nyjer Morgan is called off by Willingham. He'll make the catch, and that'll do it for the Bucks in the 4th. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Top of the 5th inning, 2-1. Pirates with the lead. Ronnie Belliard, 1 ball, no strikes.
Paul Mulholland's having to be a little better than I was hoping. Our offense at this point comes down to just 1 swing from Cedeno.
Delwyn Young throws out Belliard, 1 away. Lights have just come on here at PNC Park. Kind of an odd sky today. Hazy and overcast. Sometimes the sun will creep through, but
it can be sunny and bright 1/2 inning and go back to being very dark. Right now there you can see the big gray cloud straight up. That's why it's so dark here. And when that one moves out, that's probably going to be bright again. Don't think there's any rain though around.
1-0 to Alberto Gonzalez. Drove in a run with a ground ball out. He is responsible for plating Washington's only run so far this afternoon. Scoring Josh Willingham in the second inning. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. 2-1 now. 2009 Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. 2-1 pitch is a called strike. 2-2. Alberto Gonzalez wanted a word with Mark Wegner behind the plate about that pitch. Now the 2-2 from Mulholland. Got him. Called strike 3.
Well, that's what happens when you have that word with them.
Remember who always gets the last word.
Yeah. If you complain about pitches, then chances are you better be swinging at the next close one.
Nope. And this was the one that got him.
You know, now as a hitter there, now you just kind of smile and just walk back. Nothing you can do about it. Good inning, huh?
Cedeno will throw out Nieves.
Let's go hit.
And the Nationals go down in order. Three base hits and 2 walks. Pitcher Jose Escanio just came over from the Cubs. Was impressive. And in Altoona, Tim Alderson made his debut in the Pirates organization, earning a victory. He's now 7-1 in the minor leagues this year. After getting a win in his first outing as a member of the Bucs organization, that was the guy that San Francisco did not want to part with. In fact, one sports writer in San Francisco was pretty harsh on Brian Sabean in San Francisco for letting Alderson go, saying that he was the pitcher of the future.
Well, you have to trade from strength. And, you know, the Giants' defense, they are very strong in pitching, starting and bullpen. Probably, arguably, one of the best couple of teams in all of baseball in that regard. So they're having trouble scoring runs. They tried to address it. That's what you do, especially when you're in position to make the playoffs.
Keeping an eye on Tony Sanchez in single A at West Virginia, the #1 draft choice this year out of Boston College. another multi-hit performance last night. It's outside 3-2. So Tony Sanchez continues to rip the baseball at single A.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to see all these players this season that we've talked about, all the prospects, the good strong players that we've traded for. But I know we're going to be seeing just about every one of them in spring training next year. I'm really looking forward to getting down there and seeing some of these guys, Sanchez especially. Nice play by Guzman, had to go a long ways. But I really believe that this is what had to be done.
Sanchez hitting .346 in single A. I mean, he came out of college baseball ready to go. And he was here just a couple of days after he was drafted, said, give me the pen. I want to play baseball.
Well, there's always been one or two players that, we could talk about. They've been McCutchen for quite some time now. But I can't ever remember a time where, we had a dozen guys to be talking about and watching. And that's what this is all about. It was, getting a minor league system together that would produce on a yearly basis.
1-2 now to Brandon Moss.
Now you go into the next phase. You find out which of these guys are real players and who's not.
Up in the air, shallow left. Guzman into that tough sky makes the catch.
Yeah, the sun is just now coming out. Now he's looking into that bright haze. This time of day is tough on the shortstop. Look at that shadow as he walks in. You can see the shadow behind him. It's right behind him. He's looking dead up into the sun on a pop fly.
2 outs for Ronnie Cedeno. Last time up, hit a 392-foot home run down the left field line. He tucked it under that left field rotunda. Takes ball 1. And now the sun drenching the field again.
Tough day for the cameraman. No.
Every day's a tough day for the cameraman.
What is
they
that?
do a good job.
What do they call it? The iris? It all has to open up, close, open up, close. But with the way the light's changing. Oh, nice play, nice play. Zimmerman. We talked about it earlier. What a great player he is, great hitter. Boy, he can pick it at third. He's impressive.
Teddy Roosevelt couldn't get the baton from the father of our country, George Washington, so he just took off anyway. And Jalapeno Hanna.
Well, I think Teddy is still a little upset from what happened 2 nights ago. He just got crushed while he was carrying the baton.
He had a bit of a rough ride.
Yes. Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah, a rough ride. Last night he ran into the wall. Night before he got just leveled by an old pierogi. He came out of retirement, Potato Pete.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him in years. I don't know where he came from. All of a sudden he was out on the field and just crushed Teddy.
Now the first, Jones the toss to Mahala, and he just beat him to the bag.
Boy, Paul, fancy footwork.
That's one out the hard way.
Hey, we've seen some good defense in this game this afternoon. All the infielders have been doing well, and when you throw the ball and you've released it, now you're an infielder and you have to do your part, and Paul does. We've seen some fine plays by both teams.
One man out for Nyjer Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 2. He hit into a double play last time up. He'll try to bunt. Andy LaRoche made a terrific play on him on Friday night. Nyjer Morgan was sitting there tied for the Nationals franchise record for hits in a month with 40 in July. Now the Nationals are not counting the Expos records. They're just going Nationals records as long as they've been in Washington. And he needed one more hit. He thought he had Andy LaRoche beaten on a bunt down to third, and LaRoche made perhaps his best play of the season, covering a bunt with a bare hand to just retire Nyjer Morgan. Andy told me when he let go of the baseball, he didn't know where it was going. I said, well, how could you not know? You threw a strike.
Hey, just flipping it down that direction.
Yeah.
It's a do or die play for a third baseman.
He throws so well across his body. He's got great arm strength that way. 2-2 now to Morgan. This was Friday night. Watch this. Scoop, throw. Throws a strike to Steve Pearce. And for a third baseman, it's a reaction play. As soon as the ball's bunted, you know exactly what you need to do, and all you do is react. And when Nyjer came to the plate yesterday, he was looking down there at third base at Andy.
Yeah, looking right at him. Nanda said, yeah, I see you. I'm going to lay one down there anyway. Yeah, yesterday he tried to bunt, but he tried to pull it toward first.
And Mahalam hits it.
He tried to bunt the ball toward the first base side in yesterday's game, and that's definitely not one of Nyjer's strengths. He drops it down the third base side pretty well. You can't take it with him.
It's just the 5th time Mahalam has hit a batter this year.
Not the one he wants to hit. Nyjer, as we know, obviously, with excellent speed.
He's been caught stealing more than anybody in the National League. We saw how he would guess, especially against left-handed pitchers. And oftentimes he would get caught going from first to second. 14 times he's been caught stealing. Next closest is Michael Bourne of Houston, 10 times. Christian Guzman, 5 out of 11 against the Pirates this series. Switch hitting shortstop. Nyjer Morgan aboard. 2-1 ball game. And Mahalam will go to first. Ross Ohlendorf, a right-hander, picked off Morgan on Friday night. Now Ohlendorf, for a big right-handed pitcher, has a terrific move. Morgan, who had seen it from the other side as a teammate of Ohlendorf's, found out the hard way. There's a strike to Guzman, 1-1.
guessing game right now. Niger's trying to figure out when's he going to come over.
There goes Morgan. They got him picked off. Jones the throw down, and Morgan overslides the bag. He's out.
It looked like he beat the throw. And
Jim Riggleman out to argue. He comes and gets Niger Morgan out of the way.
Rob Drake pointed down at the bag, which makes you to believe it definitely was on the overslide. There would be no reason to point if that hadn't happened.
And Niger has a bad habit of oversliding. He's done that on extra base hits, where he'll slide to the side of the bag and try to hook it with his foot. This will be a good angle to look at here. Goes to the side of the bag, looks to hook it with his foot, and overslides it. His foot was on top of Delwyn Young's. Jim Riggleman still jawing with Rob Drake.
Well, you can see that the foot had come off the bag and he had moved it back. I don't know if he's arguing I moved it back before he tagged me, or it was on the bag and then it came off and then back on. Now, is Niger arguing that while my foot was off the bag, I wasn't being tagged? I don't know. That could be the argument. It definitely came off for a while. Yeah, see, he's not touching right there. The glove's on him. Yeah, he's out. That was the replay that showed it as clear as day. Foot was off the bag. Glove with the ball in it is laying on his leg. You're out.
2-1 to Guzman. 2-2 now.
That was a good job too by Delwyn Young. Keeping that tag on Niger, knowing that, hey, he'll come off the bag a lot. If he comes off this time, I got him. And that's what happened.
Guzman strikes out. Good inning for Paul Maholm as he picks off Niger Morgan. Niger Morgan caught stealing. Delwyn Young applying the tag. Light freeze cam. Belliard hits it down to Cedeno and upended Delwyn Young at second base. Elijah Duke's got him. Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Paul Maholm leads off the bottom of the sixth inning. 2-1 Pirates, each team with 3 hits. 1-1 pitch. And this one is tapped towards second. Gonzalez will throw out. Maholm, 1 down.
Take a look at that slide again. I want you guys to notice where Young's got his foot planted. And anytime you plant your foot where he's got his left foot, Now he's going to move it actually to the other side of the base here a little bit as he takes this throw. There is no way somebody that slides head first by the outside of the bag and tries to hook it will ever be safe, because his foot's always going to be blocked off every single time. I mean, this is a great way to take a throw if you know that that's the way a guy slides. He'll never be safe because your leg, because actually what he did was he rode Niger's foot right off the bag.
Right.
Now, in a less friendlier time or a less friendlier base runner, you're going to get a broken ankle. If somebody comes in hard, feet first, like the freeze frame we just showed, the Coors Light freeze frame, where Dukes came in there.
Base hit for McCutchen.
If Niger would have been sliding like Dukes, you know, that's when Young's going to get hurt, leaving his foot in front of the base.
It's also simple. You slide head
first. Look at the foot. Head first. There's no way you can hook your foot to the bag because he's got it blocked off. And that's going to happen every single time. The back leg can't get to the base.
But it's pretty simple. If you slide head first and you're not trying to slide past the bag, and Niger has a bad habit of sliding too late, you're going to get your hand in there before your foot's going to be in there, and you're going to be safe. Now, Gary Varsho had worked with Niger while he was here about sliding straight into the bag and at least using your chest to slow things down, building up some friction between the chest and the base. And he tried it once or twice and then went back to sliding to the outside and looking to hook the leg. And there were a number of times during the early part of the year when he overslid and was called out as a result. Today, another example. And on the other side of that, we saw Garrett Jones get thrown out the only time this season last night, two nights ago, when he slid feet first. He normally slides head first and he's in there safely. He slid feet first, never got either foot near the bag. It was unfamiliar territory for him. So to slide one way, keep sliding that way, whichever way it happens to be.
Well, the thing that my point of the whole deal is when you have somebody that puts his foot in front of the base, you are going to be out a bunch of times. Whether it doesn't make any difference if you're going to go in, you know, on that side. You can't get to the bag. He's going to block you off every time. And the only way to prevent that is to go in feet first, hard, like Dukes did on that double play. You slide in like a Lonnie Smith did. I mean, that's a train wreck coming in there. You don't have people blocking you off the base. That just doesn't happen. And if you go back into a less friendlier time in baseball where guys played, you know, a little less buddy-buddy, you know, you can't stand there and you can't put your foot in front of a base. You're going to get a broken ankle doing that. You can't block people off. You got somebody, if you go way back, you know, to say, you know, by way back, I mean going back to like, can you imagine Ty Cobb seeing you put your foot in front of the base? That would never happen. Yeah, you couldn't do that. But I'm talking about guys like in the 60s and 70s. I bring up Lonnie Smith because he's somebody I played with that would go in. And I saw Elijah Dukes, the way he went in on our freeze frame. You slide like that on a steal, there won't be no blocking off the base.
3-0 now to Lastings Millage. Well, I know this was in the pre-game hug days like we have now. I know you and Steve Blassett mentioned your affinity to the pre-game hug from opposing players.
Actually, a rule in the book, by the way, against that. But, yeah, that's another subject entirely. But you see guys getting blocked off bases all the time now with these head first slides where they're sliding off to the side, whether it's home plate, a base, whatever. They slide off to the side and try to reach back. It works occasionally. You'll see somebody that's out by a mile, and that'll work.
Nice relaxing
more
day.
More often than not, you know, I think you need to be going straight into the base.
And a good throw, and Andrew McCutchen is thrown out for the first time this season. Will Nieves has thrown out two would-be base stealers today. He got Millage earlier and now gets McCutchen running on a 3-1 pitch.
McCutchen is out by a mile. And, you know, I mean, look at that. I'm thinking he was expecting some protection. Look, he's looking over his shoulder. He's wondering where was the swing. A fastball right down the middle.
3-2 pitch, line to left. That's what McCutchen was hoping for, but Millage is on with a base hit. The Lastings Millage now 2 for 3. Unfamiliar territory for Andrew McCutchen. In fact, not only has he not been thrown out, I don't think he's had a close play when stealing second.
Oh, he still hasn't.
Yeah, you're right. That wasn't close either,
no,
but the other way.
That's why he was like looking around like, what's going on? Because he broke real late, thinking he was going to get some protection on a 3-1 pitch.
Garrett Jones, inside snap throw, and getting back behind the tag, lasting Smilage. Well, Nieves can throw, and he's feeling better about his throwing ability right now.
Yeah, he's got to be pretty proud of that arm today.
Again, throwing behind the left-handed hitter. One is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. That's a different looking Garrett Jones shift this time around because they're holding Milledge at first base. Guzman is over on the right field side of second base. And Zimmerman shading the bag, playing the shortstop position. At some point, that's got to get into your head as a hitter, saying, look at all that room on the other side. I've got to adjust my swing. And sometimes when you do, you pop up, ground out, swing and miss.
Well, in this situation, Jones can't even think about going to left. There's 2 outs, man, at first base. He's thinking about driving the ball for extra bases. He's not thinking about hitting a ground ball toward that side, and that's why they can really afford to do it right now. But now, let's say there was nobody out, then I think this is a defense that he could burn because he can hit a ground ball the other way for a single. And with nobody out, a ground ball single to left with some speed on first base is first and third. You got a big inning going.
3-2.
I mean, that's why, for instance, if all he wanted was a single, I mean, he could just bunt the ball. There's nobody within 100 yards who's going to throw him out. But he's looking for more than a single right now.
Milledge will run on the pitch. Here he goes. And Jones, foul ball. They will reset. The 3-2 count and 2 down. Milledge trying to get the head start. Garrett Jones looking for contact now. The payoff pitch. That's low ball 4. First and second for Ryan Doumit. And that's going to do it, I think, for the pitcher, Colin Ballister. And we'll see Sean Burnett possibly coming in. 8-1-1 call to the pen from Columbia Gas has been made. Teammates. And Sean not exactly getting a warm reception after his comments in the newspapers regarding the Pirates as an organization, referring to them as, quote, the laughing stock of baseball in Friday's editions of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
People always just seem to say too much. Just keep your thoughts to yourself. But Sean, I think by saying that, I think it shows that he's a little better about being traded. That he wishes he still was a Pirate. He was upset about it, and he just kind of lashed out with that comment.
In the day that he was traded, he and Niger traded on the same day to Washington. He was physically upset. He was emotional in the clubhouse about it. More so than Niger was. Niger was looking forward to a new start.
He didn't. Sean didn't take it well, and it still obviously bothered him, or he wouldn't say anything like that.
Former #1 draft choice of the Pirates. And been with the Pirates his whole career.
Yeah, one way you can look at it is obviously he really liked it here. And that's why he was so upset about the trade. And you can't hold that against him. I mean, that's the kind of players you want. People that like it here. But, the business side of things is, people get traded and they have to move on and they have to accept it.
The guy at second base involved in that deal. Lastings, Milledge, Joel Hanrahan in the bullpen, the other piece to that 2-for-2 trade. Niger Morgan. It says his gentleman's name is Tony Plush. He's got this alter ego, just part of his personality. And the ball hit up in the air to shallow right center. Gonzalez makes the catch, and Burnett gets the Nationals out of the 6th. We'll go to the 7th, 2-1 Pirates. Day through Friday, you'll have your service fees picked up by the Pirates. Now, this includes any ticket purchase for any of the remaining Pirates home games for the rest of the season, but you must buy them before Friday. Don't miss out on great promotions, post-game concerts, well-dressed fans like that. For tickets, visit pirates.com/no fees or call 1-800-5-BUCKS. Now, the fees aren't waived. Pirates are going to pay for them, so it's only for a week until Friday, but you can buy any home game for the rest of the year and have no service fees. 2-1 Pirates, top of the 7th. Mahalam facing Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman with a hit, and he's also hit into a double play. Along with Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. Glad you were along with us on this Sunday afternoon. Zimmerman bats into left field, and another base hit.
going to see some of the Mahomes highlights of today, and this has been something that we've always seen from him. When he gets in trouble, he can get those ground balls and get double plays. Any sinker ball has a great advantage in that regard. Had a good curveball a couple of times, good D, good footwork. Very solid game and excellent numbers at this point. Just that one earned run in 6 innings. That'll bring the ERA down a little bit. 80 pitches to this point. Still got plenty of ammo left.
Strong fastball for a strike on Willingham. Nobody out. Zimmerman at first.
Okay, we saw the highlights, the ground balls when he needs them. Well, okay, do it again.
Now's the time.
Yeah, hey, you know, if you're good, you can do it at will. So we're calling one up right here. Ooh, that was the pitch. That was definite ground ball pitch if I've ever seen one.
Ruled a little low by Mark Wegner, the home plate umpire.
Willingham didn't cooperate with a swing.
But that's the area Maholm's got to be in.
Yep, that'll get the double play ball. As long as Willingham tries to pull.
And this one well hit to left.
No.
Millage going back, and it is gone. A 2-run home run. Josh Willingham is 17th, and the Nationals are in front 3-2.
I think we might have jinxed him, or I did. I'm not going to blame this one on you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, Willingham, I wanted him to pull. I just knew he'd try and pull something low and roll over the hands and hit that ground ball. Didn't happen. Where was the pitch at? The pitch was down. It was about knee high, but could have been a little further away. A little too much down the middle.
RBIs 40 and 41 for Willingham. So the Nationals with a lead now late in the ball game. Just the 5th hit for Washington. Each team with only 5. Not a ton of offense today. 8th home run on the year given up by Maholm to shallow right. Brandon Moss retires Elijah Dukes, one away. Jesse Chavez, he is up and starting to stretch, take care of the uniform too. He will throw. Ronnie Belliard, first baseman. Belliard's 0 for 2.
Ball trying just to feather a breaking ball in that time. That wasn't the real good biter. He was just trying to throw strike one with it. Missed down.
Maholm's spot in the bottom of the inning comes up 5th. So depending on what happens with the Pirates offensively, Paul Maholm's time in this ball game is pretty limited. Three balls and a strike now to Belliard. Ronnie took a healthy cut. He was probably trying to put the ball in the same place Willingham did. Ended up pounding it foul.
Yeah, that's what I wanted Willingham to do. Pound it in the ground. You know, there's sometimes you just have to tip your hat to the other guy. Willingham took a knee-high pitch and put it in the seats for 2 runs.
3-2 pitch. And foul ball.
I mean, they're doing their job just like we are.
You know, one thing too, and it's not vastly important in the grand scheme of things, but Pirates have been in the cellar of the Central for a little while. Colorado is beating Cincinnati again. With a Pirate win today and a Cincinnati loss, Pirates would move out of the basement. Cincinnati would take up residency there. To left field, that's going over the head of Millage and into the seats for a ground rule double. And Paul Maholm's getting hit pretty hard in the 7th.
Yeah, that couple balls in a row now that have been tattooed. And this ball was hit almost like a 2-iron. It really took off. It fooled Millage. A breaking ball was pretty much belled high right over the plate, and this ball was hit so hard that Millage was running laterally and then had the right there. You can see him change. He had no idea that ball was going to go that far and carry that far. It just had the good backspin and took off. Millage was running almost parallel to the fence for probably his first 3 or 4 steps before he had to peel back to the fence to go get it.
The Pirates need to make sure that Belliard remains on base, that he doesn't come across. In the 7th inning here, Bucks don't want to give up another run, make it a 2-run ball game. Lance Nix for Cincinnati just tied the game with Colorado 3-3 in the 8th. On the bottom of the 7th, actually, game in Cincinnati. 3-run home run. They were down 3-0. So we spoke too soon on Cincinnati. Reds will be coming in here in the next homestand later in the month. Still have a game to make up with the Reds in September.
Day-night doubleheader.
Right. 2-1. He went around 2-2. Mahalam pushes this one inside.
Yeah, this curveball had that good bite that he's been featuring pretty much all day. Good location and a ball really coming down and in hard. Sweeping curveball.
That's a fair ball. And the fan catches it.
Now he decides to use 2 hands.
That's a ball in play.
Yeah, he missed the one earlier with 1 hand. Now he's got a fair ball, and now he uses 2 hands.
And that results in an ejection on a ball in play. And that's going to do it for Paul Mahalam. Gives up another double.
The problem with that one was the location of the pitch more than anything else.
Our Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen has been made. Paul Mahalam's day is finished. And Jesse Chavez coming in from the pen.
Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on.
Back here at PNC Park with Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. Not a lot of reason to dance at this moment in time as the Nationals have taken a 4-2 lead, and a stern warning issued to that fan after fan interference on a fair ball down the third baseline.
Trying to explain himself to the other fans around him.
Jesse Chavez is on to replace Paul Maholm. 1 out, top of the 7th. And a ground ball to second base. Delwyn Young throws out Nieves, and there are 2 down. Gonzalez moves over to third base. And Anderson Hernandez will come out of the first base dugout to pinch hit for the pitcher Sean Burnett. So Burnett only goes a third of an inning and gets the job done, gets an out.
He's going to be the pitcher of record right now.
Unless the Pirates can change it in the next couple of at-bats. So 3 runs in here in the 7th for Washington. A home run, a 2-run shot by Josh Willingham. Erased a 2-1 Pirates lead, made it 3-2. Then back-to-back ground rule doubles by Belliard and Gonzalez made it 4-2. And this one to left field. Going back is Millage to make the catch and the inning done. So Jesse Chavez comes in and gets 2 outs quickly in the top of the 7th inning. by A&L Motors. Ronnie Cedeno, a 2-run home run, happened back in the 3rd inning. Pirates will take a 2-1 lead. Then Willingham with a man aboard in the 7th. Scores Ryan Zimmerman with a home run to make it a 3-2 Washington lead. Back-to-back doubles by Belliard and Gonzalez would make it a 4-2 lead. Paul Maholm, 6 in the 3rd. 7 hits, 4 runs. Today's A&L Motors game summary. 4-2, bottom of the 7th. Delwin Young to face Jorge Sosa. Sosa just called up prior to yesterday's game from AAA Syracuse, making his first appearance for the Nationals this season.
Yeah, he's getting a nice selection of team luggage, isn't he?
This is his 5th team.
Tampa Bay, Atlanta, St. Louis, the Mets, and the Nationals.
Sosa looking in now. The pitch to Delwin Young. And Young hits this one well to right center field. It is back. It is gone. Home run number 5 for D.Y. Delwin Young.
Very difficult to find a middle infielder that can be an offensive force, a run producer, somebody that can hit the ball over the fence, get a lot of RBIs. It's not always easy to find that kind of guy, and that's why the Pirates are going to try so hard to make him into a second baseman. And he just smashes this low pitch. Look at that. That was probably going to be below the knees, and it got out easy. I mean, the ceiling as far as a hitter for Delwin Young, I mean, no telling what kind of numbers he might put up. Is not very far to right field here.
Andy LaRoche.
He's not a very big guy, but still, if you were to tell me that someday he could hit 15 to 20 home runs, I don't think that's out of line at all, and that's great from a middle infielder.
2-0 pitches in there for a strike. LaRoche without a hit today. Switch hitting second baseman Delwin Young.
Boy, that could turn out to be the steal of the decade for the Pirates if he really pans out over the next couple of years.
And this one to right center. And Andy LaRoche, the tying run, is aboard in the bottom of the 7th inning. It didn't take Young long for these young Bucks to get one from Young.
That pitch location, that down and in. Seen a lot of left-handed swings. A lot of left-handed swings take that pitch out of the yard. And there's our view from the splash can. That view always reminds me of watching a Tiger Woods drive or something.
Tiger had some good ones yesterday.
It looked like a golf ball when Delwin hit it.
So LaRoche, a base hit to follow up the home run by Delwin Young, and Brandon Moss 1 for 2. He has scored a run. Moss started last night in right field, starting today in right field, with Jones playing first base and Pierce on the bench. One ball and 1 strike to Brandon Moss.
I was telling Neil the other day when he was on with us after all the trade activity was over with, and talking about he's made it very difficult on us as announcers to look into our crystal ball and say who the players are going to be going into the future, because it's so many options now.
Well, you probably, when you go to spring training next year, what we'll be looking at will be something different than we looked at this year.
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah.
Because you're not really going to know everybody who's going to head north. And with the 25 roster spots, there's probably about 35 or 40 guys who could take up those spots now.
You think of the different combinations of where people could move around and play some different positions. And, I mean, look at the options just at first base alone. You have Pierce, you got Jones, you got Clement, who we haven't seen yet, but he's going to be in the mix too.
He had another multi-hit game last night for Indianapolis.
all kinds of good young outfielders. But you know they all aren't going to pan out. And that's why you got to have a bunch. If 1 out of 3 becomes a productive major leaguer, you've done well, and that's why you got to have all of them up here.
Ronnie Cedeno 1 for 2. And that's not to say there won't be an attractive free agent on the market too that could fill.
Yeah, you know, and let's say you got an oversupply of first baseman just to pick a position. And, you know, now you got something you can trade from strength.
Oh, LaRoche caught in between, and he is out at first base on a very questionable call by Tim Timmons. It was a close play, but didn't look like he had it. Out comes John Russell.
I was surprised. I think Andy was incredibly surprised the way he just leaped into the air. Man.
Well, I think the Nationals got away with one here.
You don't see too many reactions like that from Andy. Okay, and he's hung out to dry. He tried to move up, but I can't tell. I mean, look at him jumping up and down. He can't believe the call. Here, we'll take a look here. We got a good angle at it.
It was a good throw, but he didn't tag him yet. And there he tags him, and he is safe.
Safe, easy.
By a long way.
Safe, easy. I don't know what the umpire saw. But he did not see Andy get tagged before he had his hand on the base, that's for sure.
So that erases what would be the tying run here in the bottom of the 7th.
The throw beats him, but the tag just goes straight down to the dirt. Belliard wasn't sure where he was.
Well, we've seen a couple of calls recently that video replay that we get the benefit of after the fact showed that the umpires were glaringly wrong. I think of the one in San Francisco, the ball that Garrett Jones kicked up in the air to Delwyn Young that was called a base hit. That actually cost the Pirates a run. And Cedeno pops it up. Nieves makes the catch. And that does it. But Delwyn Young brings the Pirates a run closer with a blast to the right center field bleachers off of Jorge Sosa. It's a T-shirt Thursday. All fans receive a Pirates T-shirt sponsored by LaRoche College whenever they enter the ballpark. For tickets, visit Pirates.com or call 1-800-5 $5. Going to get on one of those inflatables after the game and get a ride up and down the river?
No, not today.
Not today?
No.
How about tomorrow?
Or tomorrow.
4-3. Nationals with the lead. Top of the 8th. Nigel Morgan fouls the first pitch off.
pretty good hit.
The tying run was at first base. Andy LaRoche got hung up, and Will Nieves threw down there. Now our replay showed that he had beaten the tag.
Belliard tagged Dirt. I really think Belliard lost, kind of lost his way. Wasn't sure where he was. He caught the ball, went straight down with it, and there was nothing to tag but Dirt. And then as he hit the ground, then he started moving his glove out toward LaRoche. And at that point, LaRoche was putting his hand on the bag. But I think the umpire was looking at, well, the throw beat him. The tag was down, but didn't tag the player, tagged the ground.
Jesse Chavez, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nyjer Morgan. And just inside. $21,894 on hand today. The Pirates are 16-3 when they've got 20,000 plus in the house. And Morgan, 1 hopper to Delwyn Young. Young throws him out, 1 down in the Washington 8th. Christian Guzman up. And regardless here, this will be Jesse Chavez's last inning of work with the pitcher spot coming up first in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jeff Salazar was out on deck. He was going to hit for Chavez. Things worked out, and the Pirates able to send Chavez out there for another inning. Guzman to Delwyn Young. Carbon copy. 2 down. Well, if you're traveling and can't watch your Pirates on FSN, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. The ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer. And catch those you missed on demand. For more details, you can visit Pirates.com, where baseball is always on. Chavez trying to find a way to get Ryan Zimmerman out. Chavez has been pretty good against left-handers. And the way the Pirates bullpen is configured right now, with only 1 lefty out there, it looks as though Chavez is going to be the guy called upon, maybe in the John Grayboll role, to get that left-hander late in the ballgame.
I think Chavez has done as good a job as anybody in baseball, any young pitcher moving up the totem pole in that bullpen. He came in on the bottom rung when the season started, and he is becoming more and more important to this bullpen. Well, really, he and Meek both are. They started on the bottom, and by the time the season is over, they're going to be doing most of, I think, the pitching 7th and 8th innings, especially when we have leads.
3 balls and no strikes. Being careful with Zimmerman. Here's the 3-0 on the way. And 4-pitch walk to Zimmerman. Zimmerman didn't chase anything that Chavez was offering.
Chavez does not want to lay one in there to him. Zimmerman, very hot. I mean, he's a great player to begin with, and he's real hot right now. So he's the guy you want to really be careful with.
2 outs, top of the 8th, a 1-run game in favor of Washington here in game 3 of this 4-game set. Pitch outside, 5 straight balls delivered by Chavez. Ryan Domit doesn't like it. He goes out and has a word. And Joe Kerrigan doesn't like it much either, and the pitching coach will sprint out of the third base dugout to try to settle down the young right-hander.
It's understandable that he was being careful to Zimmerman, but you can't pitch around everybody. You pitch around one guy, well, that means you're going to go after the next one.
So Chavez now to face Josh Willingham. Willingham had a 2-run home run in the 7th. Walked and scored in the 2nd inning. Is in there knee high for a strike. Elijah Dukes out on deck. Willingham at the plate. Ryan Zimmerman at first base. 2 outs. And a cut and a miss. Good movement on that pitch from Chavez.
And he throws a very hard slider. Some guys that don't even throw their fastball as hard as Jesse throws that slider.
Here's the 1-2. Has to wait. Throw over to first. Jesse quick with that move to first base. Zimmerman diving back. One-two pitch. Blocked by Doman.
Nice job by Doman. Let that ball just come up. Take it in the chest protector so it just stays right in front of him. I want to try and be leaning forward a little bit too when this happens so the ball will go down. Even if it gets off to the side a little bit. I want it coming right back to the dirt.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Willingham.
Fastball away. That's the call.
And now it's 3-2, so Zimmerman will be running with the pitch. Nationals get a man in motion with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. A 1-run lead. Pirates want to keep it right where it is. 9-1-2 due up for the Bucks in the bottom of the inning. There goes the runner. Pitch swung on, line to left. That one's going to go in the corner with Zimmerman on the move. He's going to score. Coming around third. Here's the relay. Cedeno's throw home is late. And an RBI double makes it 5-3.
Going to a 3-2 count is what did it.
Willingham drives in his 3rd run of the afternoon.
You don't like going to 3-2 counts ever. You don't want a 3-ball count, but especially in a situation 2 outs and a runner at first, because now you're putting yourself in a situation that a double is going to score a run. As soon as that ball got down on the wall, there's no chance you're going to throw out Zimmerman. What, he beat it by about 3 steps?
Easily. Scored standing.
So those are the 3 steps he gets.
Exactly.
By taking off early.
If they tried to send him, and they might have with 2 outs, if it wasn't a 3-2 count and he wasn't on the move, there definitely would have been a play at the plate. Chances are he would have been out. The difference one pitch can make and the difference a pitch count can make. Dukes fouls it away. 0-2. I mean, if that ball's hit on a 2-2 pitch,
Mike probably doesn't score.
Probably doesn't score.
The pitch before that, or I think he's going to try and score because there's 2 outs and they have the lead, so they're going to take a little bit of a chance. But I think he gets thrown out the plate if that same ball is hit on a 2-2 count.
Take that slider in the dirt back, and it would have been a 2-2 count, maybe. But you can always look back and recreate scenarios. And not often are you
it's our job.
Correct. Yeah.
That's what we do.
We do a lot of it.
The scenario men. We've got to come up with a scenario for a comeback win now.
There's strike 3. Chavez gives up a key run in the bottom of the 8th. It's a 2-run game. Well, Delwyn Young's home run brought him within a run, but another run given up. 2-out walk coming around to score. It's now a 2-run game. Jason Bergman on for the Nationals in the bottom of the 8th. He will face a pinch hitter, Ramon Vasquez. And Vasquez hitting in the 9th spot for the pitcher Chavez. Ryan Doumit Jersey Day today.
Oh, there's your scenario. Oh, I was just trying to come up with a scenario
It's
for
his
a
day.
comeback. He's hitting 5th this inning. We need a big hit. There it is. There's a scenario.
It's usually in the script that if it's your day, bobblehead or jersey or something, that you do something that day.
Doumit, bases clearing double in the 8th. Put the Bucks up for good.
Ramon Vasquez trying to get aboard. Tying run on deck. And Vasquez fouls that one at the plate. Nothing in 2. Ramon Vasquez is the elder statesman on this Young Bucks team. 32 years of age. He's going to be 33 in a couple of weeks. 0-2, line drive, base hit. Pinch hit single for Ramon Vasquez. That'll bring the tying run to the plate. And Andrew McCutchen.
Nice, easy, under control. That ball was sinking down and away from him. Not a real big swing. I mean, he's just trying to punch the ball through the middle. That's it. Pirates need base runners. He realizes that, as you said, older statesman. He's been around. He knows his job. Just get on base.
And McCutchen to shallow center. Coming on is Nyjer Morgan. He'll make the catch. So not a good at bat for Andrew McCutchen that time. He went up there first ball swinging.
2 more base runners for Doumit to be the hero.
Lastings Millage wouldn't mind being a hero right here. 2 for 3 today. 5 out of 11. Good start. He's being recalled from AAA after the trade with the Nationals. Last member of that trade to arrive in the big leagues. And he lays off that pitch from Bergman. Number 85. That's the year he was born. Lost his number 44 that he liked so much with the Nationals when Adam Dunn came on the scene. Nationals gave Dunn 44, and Millage says, well, I'm going to go to the year of my birth, 85.
He won't have to worry about losing that one.
No, no one else wants it in baseball. You don't see numbers that high in baseball very often. We saw a guy pitch for San Francisco like that. 75, Barry Zito.
Got that. No, never mind.
What are you going to say?
No, I'm going to change my mind.
Are you going to tell the story why he got that number?
No, I was going to make up my own story.
Oh, it's probably better than the real story.
Yep. But I'm going to keep to myself now.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Vasquez at first, and a pitch. And Millage strikes out. Can't run, first base occupied, so a pitch in the dirt. Millage couldn't lay off, and he is down on strikes. And Jim Riggleman is going to go to the bullpen. Bergman has done his job. He did allow a hit, but he got the next 2 hitters. And the lefty Ron Vallone being called upon to replace Jason Bergman. Our Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen has been made. Asdrubal Cabrera of Cleveland 3 for 5 today with a home run. Victor Martinez of the Red Sox, a night after his bobblehead day in Cleveland, 3 for 4 with a run and 3 runs batted in. J.D. Drew for Boston, groin injury. Jermaine Dye and Jim Thome back-to-back home runs for the White Sox in the 3rd inning of their ball game.
They're losing
this afternoon.
They're down 7-4 to the Yankees.
Yankees are winning.
What a sight.
2 down, a man on. Garrett Jones facing Ron Vallone. Throws a breaking pitch outside. This is getting to be crunch time for the Bucks today if they want to win this ball game.
Yep.
With a tying run at the plate.
Hit our possible hero on deck. Got to get him up there.
Jones hasn't hit one out in a while.
I'll take getting him on base right now.
And 3/4 swing for strike 1.
They're not going to hit one out without. It's going to take a full swing. He was guessing breaking pitch.
Double barrel action out there. Hanrahan and Caps.
If we take the lead, it's Caps. If we don't, it's Hanrahan.
Strike 2. Jones hasn't homered since the 24th of July.
Which normally would be no big deal.
Yeah.
Except he was hitting one about every other day for.
He did that
3
one
weeks.
Off of Yusmeiro Petit of the Arizona Diamondbacks on the last road trip. That was his last home run. Number 10. There's Vallone's 1-2 offering. 2-2 to Jones.
Came close getting one last night. Hit one out to the wall in right center.
And he just missed one in San Francisco to right field. Hit it off the top of the right field wall. That brick wall, and it shot back into right field. Right now, he could use one out. Vasquez the lead from first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Garrett Jones. High 3-2.
Hit a double. Runner will start.
Well, they won't hold on Vasquez. Belliard will play behind him. So Vasquez can get a big lead.
I think there are any opening in the left center field gap.
Huge opening in the left center field gap.
Look at
Look at that. It's just gigantic.
That's taking away the line. He won't double down that line.
3-2 pitch is hit high in the air to Nyjer Morgan.
Yep.
And that'll do it for the Pirates in the 8th. We'll go to the 9th. Nationals with a 5-3 lead. Cedeno sits unassisted to 3. And he liked it, so he does it twice. twice as nice. And a great play in the hole by Cedeno. And Cedeno, a 2-run shot back in the 3rd inning. Ronnie Cedeno providing us with our plays that made us smile from Aspen Dental. Pirates are going to need one in the bottom of the 9th inning. Domit, Young, and LaRoche will be the hitters, but first, Joel Hanrahan, the former National, has to get through Belliard, Gonzalez, and Nieves, 6, 7, and 8 in the Washington order. Ball 1.
Well, perhaps since Cedeno's done everything today, maybe he's going to be the late game hero.
Never know. Garrett Jones gives this one a look. And that'll be in the seats for a foul ball.
We get him to the plate at the bottom of the 9th. He should be in a position to do something good.
Ronnie Belliard hitting 194. Not exactly a stellar average for Ronnie Belliard, below the Mendoza line. And fouls this one away. Austin Kearns, who was a late scratch today, was in the starting lineup. Scratched with a right thumb contusion, also below the Mendoza line for Washington, hitting 197. We've got a few guys who play regularly and have been there since the beginning of the season. They're just struggling with the stick. 2-2 to Belliard.
When you have a record like the Nationals have, there's going to be a number of reasons for it. They have 72 losses. I think a lot of people that are underachieving.
Line drive to left, and Belliard aboard with a base hit. So Joel Hanrahan facing his former mates and gives up a single to Belliard. Now Alberto Gonzalez will try to get him around, or at least move him over. 2-run lead for the Nationals. Gonzalez has driven in 2 runs today. Number 7 hitter with 2 runs batted in. Another interesting number today that's something the Pirates pitchers will scowl at is the fact that 2 of the 3 men that walked came around to score. There's the pitch, and Gonzalez takes a strike. Alberto Gonzalez hit a ground ball to Cedeno at short in the 2nd inning, and he was able to get Josh Willingham home, who was at 3rd. Run scoring ground out.
Walks seems like an awfully high ratio of them seem to score all the time.
There's the 0-1 coming from Hanrahan. That's strike 2.
There's kind of a reason for that too. I've always thought that you're going to give up a certain amount of. We see that bunt again. You're going to give up a certain amount of base hits. It's just the averages of the game. And base hits knock in runs. Walks usually don't. So if you walk people and now you give up those base hits that you're going to give up, that's why so many walks end up scoring, as compared to guys that get singles.
McCutchen on the run.
And most guys average giving up a hit an inning. So if they have some 1, 2, 3 innings, well then there's going to be innings where they're going to give up a couple of hits. So that average holds true. Now you mix a walk in there, there's your run. That's why it's one of the reasons it's so important to throw strikes. And we're seeing that kind of play out in front of us this season with the Pirates. Their pitching has improved greatly because they're throwing a lot more strikes than they were last year.
So the catcher, Will Nieves, has had a pretty good day defensively. Not so good offensively, 0 for 3, but defensively he has thrown out 2 Pirate would-be base stealers and picked off Andy LaRoche at first base. Here's the throw to first, and Belliard back. One down, forced play in the infield. Hanrahan like to roll a ground ball here. There goes the runner. Pitch is fouled away. So as you start to think double play, the Nationals trying to think how to stay out of one.
And that's a situation there. Probably Varsho in the dugout would have loved to be able to yell time right away, because you could see Belliard starting to lean as Hanrahan was holding the ball. And Varsho really watches those base runners to see if they'll give up anything. That's why you put on a hold and step off. You have, in that last situation, if he was just holding the ball, and then stepped off, now you can call a pickoff because Belliard gave it away that he was going to run. There's the hold and step off there. I was watching Belliard before that last pitch, and I could see that he was going to run. And that's exactly the whole purpose behind the managers and coaches in the dugout now controlling the running game with all the signs they're giving. It's because they can be doing that too. When you're pitching, you can't see that. You barely see him out of your peripheral vision in the corner of your eye as you're looking over your shoulder. Managers and coaches in the dugout, they're staring right at that runner. If he's going to give something away, they can see it. So that's why they call for the pitch outs, holding a step off, pick off throws. It's a little easier for him.
And the count has gone to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Will Nieves.
The runner is running and you hold on to the ball out there for 4 or 5 seconds. Usually you'll see a flinch. He'll do something to give it away that he is going to take off. And that's what Gary Varsho, who handles the running game for the Pirates, that's what he'll look at constantly.
Count will stay 2-2. That foul ball is actually a good thing. You go to 3-2, they're going to run them. And at least the Pirates will get another chance at a ground ball unless the Nationals decide to send Belliard 2-2. 3-2 with 1 out. You can pretty much bet he's going. Again, same situation. And Nieves has grounded out twice. And is susceptible to hitting a ground ball here. Hanrahan wants to get him to turn one over.
There you see Doman looking at the signs. And he saw a pickoff throw, so he gives Hanrahan the sign for the pickoff throw. And there it is. Doman will settle in, look again. Varsho goes to the signs. Somewhere in there is perhaps a sign or not. And there wasn't anything because Varsho or Doman just gives fastball away.
2-2. Popped him up on the infield. Delwyn Young calling for it. Second out of the inning. So the top of the 9th, 2 down. Joel Hanrahan has been able to get Gonzalez and Nieves. And now he'll face Willie Harris. Harris entered as part of a double switch last inning, playing left field. Has a hit and 4 trips to the plate. That's the Bucks in the previous 2 games.
There you can see Doman looking in and Hanrahan having to wait.
There goes the runner, and that gets away from Doman.
Nothing Doman was going to do. A fastball in the dirt. Impossible to stop the runner here. Watch the pitch.
And less critical now with a runner at second base than it was 1 out ago. Less than 2 outs. You want to maintain that force play, keep it intact. But now Hanrahan really can focus in on Harris. 1-0 to the Nationals left fielder. He'll take one on the outside corner. 1-1.
Yeah, the bench controlling the running game, that kind of started, I'm thinking probably about the mid 80s when it really became popular, actually late 80s. And that's one of the things that I think has slowed down the pace of play over the years. As you'll see it in every game. If you have a lot of base runners, the pitcher many times is on the rubber looking at the catcher, but instead of looking at the signs, the catcher's looking in the dugout because now he's got to look in there and get all those. By the time all these signs get done, you know, that's adding what, another,
at least another 30 seconds.
Well,
maybe more. I mean,
well, I don't know if it adds that. It's adding an extra 10, 12 seconds to everything for sure. And then, if you want to shake your head no, you know, now there's some more signs. So that has added some time to the game. You know, with the catchers all having to look into the dugout every single pitch when there's runners on base to see if they're going to get a sign.
Well, Hanrahan just walks Harris, and now he'll face Nyjer Morgan.
Pitching coach Joe Kerrigan looking over his paperwork.
Two-out walk. And Morgan without a hit today after getting 3 last night. Takes strike 1. Nothing in 1 to Nyjer Morgan. He's got Ronnie Belliard at second base. Willie Harris down at first. In the top of the 9th inning. 5-3 ball game in favor of the Nationals. Strike 2. (4-4) Colorado Cincinnati in the top of the 10th inning. Reds and Pirates enter the day tied in the standings. Houston leading St. Louis. Matt Holliday had 2 home runs last night for the Cardinals. No score. Milwaukee, San Diego. And down to third base goes Belliard. And down to second base goes Harris.
Was Delmott crossed up? He didn't really go after this breaking ball like he was going to block it. And maybe that's not a breaking ball. Is that a fastball?
Looked like it. Looked like it just died on him.
Yeah, you're not going to break. You're not going to get down and block a fastball bouncing in like in that location.
1-2 on Nyjer Morgan. Stretched by Hanrahan in the pitch. Got him swinging. First base is open. Domit's going to have to throw down there. And he's got him. So nothing across in the top of the 9th inning. Coming up for the Pirates in the bottom of the 9th. That's what they need, a homer.
With a man on.
From Ryan Doman, who leads off. We could use one from him. Fans wanting to believe the Bucks can come back today down by 2 runs, 5-3. Coming up tomorrow night, 4th game of this wraparound series of the Nationals, 7 o'clock. 3 of the Diamondbacks, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all at 7 on FSN, bringing the game to you. Well, from the North Shore of the Allegheny, Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. Bottom of the 9th inning. And on to face the Pirates, Mike McDougall, big right-hander.
6 saves out of 7 shots at it. We're looking for it now, and Doman can still be have a part in this, obviously, even though he's leading off here, just by getting on, kind of get the ball rolling. But I'm still looking for Cedeno. He bats 5th this inning. I think McDougall is going to throw him a fastball inside half, and Cedeno is going to plant it in that 4-10 gap.
So McDougall facing the switch hitting catcher Ryan Doman in the bottom of the 9th inning.
My scenario, and I'm sticking to it.
I'll believe you. I'll believe you when I see it. There's a ground ball to the right side.
Throw away.
1 pitch, 1 away. Not what Ryan Doman had in mind there.
Nope.
4 times he has hit the ball to Gonzalez today. So 1 out. Delwyn Young, who had a solo home run in the 7th inning.
Yeah, Delwyn took a pitch down and in and planted it way up in those right field seats, right center field seats.
Fastball inside. 1 ball, no strikes to Delwyn Young. Young 1 for 3. Average still at 311. Time he takes a strike. 94 miles an hour on the fastball by McDougall. Here's the 1-1 on the way to Delwyn Young. And this one to the shortstop Guzman. The Pirates are down to their final out today. The Washington Nationals, who have lost the first 2 games of this series, trying to take one here today. And the Pirates 2 runs down with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Andy LaRoche, Brandon Moss on deck.
Not the way that we thought it was going to go today.
Fastball high.
Offensively not doing a whole lot. And Paul just okay this afternoon. Ran into that trouble in the 7th. And that's the story to this point.
And Mulholland has not won a game at PNC Park since the 27th of June. It was over Kansas City. One and 1 the count to Andy LaRoche. And McDougall ready. And now the 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Ryan looking for a hit this series. He's feeling it right now. The 2-1 pitch. 3-1.
Sometimes for a catcher, you can kind of take a little solace if you're not hitting in the fact that you called a good game, pitchers did great, you get a win, but not today. He doesn't have that to this point to hang his hat on.
All 4 and the tying run to the plate in the bottom of the 9th.
We're alive. We are alive.
2-out walk for LaRoche and Brandon Moss, 1 for 3. This guy's having a blast today.
They love the music. Kids' day at the park.
They're probably saying, hey, let's play 10. Moss has never faced McDougal. And that one outside.
Well, you know, you kind of like this matchup, though. Just the fact that it's been very damp. We've got a lot of rain. Moss thrives in wet weather.
On the north side, too.
Yes. Ooh, very good point. Come on, Brandon.
Here's the 1-0. And that's in there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brandon Moss.
Well, Nationals really playing no doubles, huh, with Moss up there? Any deeper, they're going to have to buy tickets.
The outfield very deep all the way around. One to Moss. That one almost got away. And with LaRoche not being held on by Belliard, he can get a big lead. Anything that might get away from Nieves, he's going to go.
If he knows for sure he won't get thrown out.
Not like the last time when he wasn't sure where the ball was. Got hung out at first base. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Brandon Moss. And this one a liner right at Guzman, and that ends the ball game. So Washington steals this one today. And game 4 will be tomorrow night as the Pirates will look to take 3 of 4. As the Pirates just didn't have it today against the Washington Nationals.
No, but you know, you go into a series against a lesser team, and the Nationals are certainly struggling this year, and you play well at home, you have them in your home ballpark, you still like to believe you going in, you're going to take 3 out of 4, and that's still on the agenda. We just got to come up with a better game tomorrow.
Our next telecast of Pirates baseball on Fox Sports